Hi, my name is Veronica, and today I'm going to be doing the courtship tag. I was tagged by Liv from That Kid Liv, and Liv and I have recently started communicating through BookTube, and I really like her, and so I'm going to leave her link to her channel in the description below, and I really recommend you check her out. And so each question has to do with a stage of courtship and then a question that goes along with that stage. So let's get started. Question number 1 is for initial attraction, and it asks for a book that you bought because of the cover. For this question, I picked Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi because I have no idea what this book is about. I know that everybody enjoys it. I know that there is Juliet and Warner. That's all I know. There's nothing else I know about it. I picked this up pretty much just because I'm in love with the cover. Number 2 is for a first impression, and it asks for a book that you picked solely based on the summary. And I picked The Program by Suzanne Young. This book, of course, it has a wonderful cover too that contributed also, but I mainly picked it because of its summary. It's about a society where suicide has become an epidemic and people are killing themselves left and right, and so the government has come up with this program that's supposed to help people and fix their brains so that they no longer are suicidal, and the main characters are trying to avoid being put into this program even though they have had suicidal thoughts. Number 3 is Sweet Talk, a book with good writing, and I picked The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. I absolutely love the writing in this. The writing in this book is just very poetic, and the narrator is death, and I think that puts a very interesting twist on the writing because you're thinking of everything happening from Death's point of view, and everything that's being said is from Death's point of view, which is really interesting. Number 4 is First Date, a first book in a series that made you want to continue the series, and I picked Divergent by Veronica Roth. I read this book in one day. I started it in the morning, read it all day, even though I was supposed to be helping my grandma move. Instead, I just read on the couch. I read it all the way home, and I finished it that night. I loved it. I thought it was the best book I'd ever read, and I was so excited to continue the series. I even started Insurgent the next day. I rarely read series like that. But I was so eager to pick up the second one. Liked it, not as much. Finally, about 2 years later, finally forced myself to read Allegiant. Was okay with it. So this first book was like a first date. It was great. It was that honeymoon phase. And then afterwards it was like you're married and you're kind of like, ah, crap. Number 5 is Late Night Phone Calls, and it asks for a book that kept you up all night. And I picked Sarah Plain and Tall by Patricia McLaughlin. Yeah, Patricia McLaughlin. But it's the first book that ever kept me up all night. I was probably, I don't know, 7 or 8, and my grandma got it for me, and I stayed up the whole night reading. Number 6, Always on My Mind, a book you could not stop thinking about. Sure, you were probably expecting this, but it is Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. I feel like I mention Mockingjay in almost every video I make, but this book, when I finish it, every time I finish it, I have so much to think about. I think about all the things that happened. I think about significance of events that happened in it. I think deeply and analyze it because I don't know why. But most importantly, I try to think about what happened in between the ending of the story and the epilogue. Number 7 is Getting Physical, a book that you like the way it feels. And I picked Fallen by Lauren Kate. I don't even know how to describe the way this feels. It's just kind of that like, I don't know, it's like soft, and you just kind of want to like rub your face on it, and then it's really floppy. And is this what people talk about when they talk about floppy paperbacks? Because I really like the way this feels. Number 8 is Meeting the Parents, a book that you would recommend to friends or family, and I picked The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. I feel like this book has something that everybody can relate to. It's got stories of friendship, of family, both blood family and non-blood family, and I feel like everybody has some of that. Here, family, please read this. Number 9 is Thinking About the Future, a book or series that you can see yourself reading many more times in the future, and I picked the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. Yes, I know what you're thinking. I have already read this series multiple times, and yes, I will be reading it many more times in the future. I know that I will probably never stop reading this series. The final question, number 10, is to share the love, and it asks who I tag. So I'm going to tag Nikki from the Book Hoarder, Elizabeth from the Book Chronicles, and Samantha Stewart. I can't wait to see your all's videos. That's all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. I love you. Bye!